What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to an ecstatic Anfield Agenda player ratings video where we're going to go through all the players, the manager, give them a score out of 10. As always, asking your good selves to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the stream or on the video if you think the PGMOL and Chris Kavanagh are a bunch of frauds. And do hit the subscribe button if you're happy that the kids got the job done. Look, I am so proud of the players, the manager, the coaches, everybody involved. The travelling cop, again, absolutely out of this world. Unbelievable support. While the Chelsea fans were quiet, waving the little plastic blue flags around, the travelling cop were lifting the boys and helping them get over the line. Our captain, what more can you say? And Adonis, a hero, a legend of a man, would not be denied today. Was denied in normal time, was not denied right at the death of extra time when everybody was preparing for penalties. Verge was having none of it. Leapt up like a beautiful salmon from the River Boyne and headed the ball straight into the goal past the despairing dive of Petrovic. Your Liverpool are 1/4 of the way to sending Jurgen off with a magnificent goodbye. So look, before we get into the scoring systems, a quick word from our sponsors today. We are proudly being brought to you with thanks to our good friends at Fantasy 5, the Fantasy Football League game where you can win up to £5,000 each week and it's completely free to play. The deadline for this week's game is open all the way till next Saturday, so you have loads of time, but we want you to make sure you scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description. Why do we want you to use our link? Well, obviously it helps the channel, but most importantly, our friends of Fantasy 5 are giving £1 to charity for every person that signs up with the Anfield Agenda. QR code or link in the description, so you know what to do. If we win the money, we're going to give the £5,000 to charity, and you guys are going to help us pick that charity. Now, it is 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org is there for all of your responsible gambling tools, and we urge you to always gamble responsibly. Thank you to our sponsors. Right, Kelleher. Normally the part of the video where we say, did okay today, Kelleher or Allison, didn't blah blah blah. Hero. Let me just get that out there. Hero. And the stats back it up. He had, over the two cup finals, an expected XG of about 3.5 for his two finals against Chelsea. And how many has he conceded? None. Zero. Because he's a wall. He's a man. He's a legend. And he gets a score today from Anfield Agenda of course he gets 10 out of 10. And surely you cannot disagree. He was your Anfield Agenda man of the match. I know Sky gave it to Virgil van Dijk, another worthy winner. But you guys voted with nearly 7,000 votes for Caoimhín Kelleher. Next up, Mr. Andy Robertson. Oh, Andy Robbo! Andy Robertson. Good display. Again, obviously wasn't going to get through 120, was he? Or did he? I can't remember. I don't know who was left on the pitch at the end, but I know that Robbo gave his heart and soul like he always does, up and down that left-hand side. Defended well against the feigning, cheating, diving, worming, grass-sniffing Chelsea players who spent more time on the ground than, I don't know, a slug? I don't know, insert an insect. Robbo was good today. And look, he's still working his way back to his brilliant best, but we're going to give Robbo a score today of 8 out of 10. Nobody deserves low scores today, let's be frank. Speaking of Frank, I don't know how I'm making this segue into Virgil van Dijk here, but Virgil van Dijk, we wondered what the trophy lift would look like. Well, he very kindly shared the moment with Jurgen, which just felt perfect. It felt right. And look, his leadership today, impeccable. He led the troops, he marshalled the troops, he fought with the troops, and he made the difference. He could have been disheartened having a goal ruled out for, let's be honest, comical reasons. But he wasn't to be denied. Leapt up from Costas' corner, headed the ball past Petrovic and wheeled away, knowing this final will be remembered as the Virgil van Dijk final. Big Virg also gets a score of 10 out of 10. How could you give him any less? Ibu, impeccable, imperious, amazing. Had to walk a tight line at times with a yellow card, but did it remarkably well. It didn't give them a sniff. That's the best I can say. Any chances Chelsea created wasn't from defensive errors today. It was just from the game being stretched, tired legs, and these boys all put a shift in. So Ibu gets a score today of 9 out of 10. Connor Bradley. Again, what a season. I'm so happy for him. Obviously his family with everything they've been through. To see him with that medal around his neck today was a beautiful sight. And look, Trent's going to have to fight to get back into that position. Let's be honest about it. And again, much love for Bradley. He kept driving forward. Even when he was put to the right wing, he didn't change. His attitude was impeccable. Get the ball, drive at them, and make it count. I love him. Today, we're going to give him a score of 8 out of 10. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Into midfield, look at him. Little hero. Wataru Endo. Spoke all week about the final, what it was going to be like to play in front of 90,000 people. And this is it. This is why he wanted to come to England, for moments like this. Liverpool Football Club, Wataru Endo. The love story continues, and everybody's on board at this point. What a player, what a man, what a performance. And of course he gets 10 out of 10. Remarkable today, Endo. Keep it up, fella. We love you to bits. Alexis, again, another lovely moment, seeing him with the medal around his neck at the end of the game. Another great performance, and the fighting spirit personified again from him. He shows it all. Class, petulance to get stuck in and not give up, a fighting spirit. I just love him. And again, that partnership with him and with Toro, the balance in midfield, it's really shown its legs. So today, Alexis gets a score of 9 out of 10. Ryan Gravenberch, incredibly unlucky to be on the end of a shithouse challenge from Caicedo. A challenge that apparently some people are trying to say in the VAR hub that wasn't a red because he slipped. He slipped after he put his foot into Gravenberch's right ankle because he couldn't get balance on the ground. That's when the slip came, after the challenge. I feel for him, but he looked happy at the end of the match. Yes, he had a protective boot on. Yes, he had crutches, but he also had a medal around his neck. And fingers crossed he's back soon. We hope he's not another long-term injury for himself and, of course, for the squad. We're going to give him a score of 7 today, mainly because, obviously, he had to go off in the first half, but that's through no fault of his own. Diaz, again, the dude looked wiped out by the end of it. But he didn't drop, didn't give up. Shades of Jamie Carragher about him today. The cramp was setting in, but the fighting spirit and the heart was still there. And again, part of the team today that just refused to accept anything other than a victory. And we love him for it. So today, in front of his adoring fans, we're going to give him a score of 8 out of 10. And Lucho, again, well done for helping us, mate, when we've needed it. When Salah's been out, when Darwin's been out, when Jota's been out, he stepped up and worked his backside off. Harvey Elliott, I hope now the darling of Liverpool fans, because he deserves to be. Another impeccable performance from Elliott. Doesn't matter what position he's put in, he'll do it, and he'll do it well, and he'll do it with dignity and class. And I'm glad more people are starting to realise and see what this man brings to the table. Lovely moment for him, celebrating in front of the travelling cop as well. Medal around his neck, enjoying life, and long may it continue. So for Harvey Elliott, we're going to give him a score of 9 out of 10 today. Next up, Gakpo. I'm going to be honest, I'm underwhelmed a little bit by Cody Gakpo's performance today. He did have a header in the first half, which of course could have opened the scoring, but I just never felt like he impacted the game. I don't know if it's because of the position. Jurgen has spoke about the fact that he's had to move him around a lot, and of course he appreciates the effort. But we do need a little bit more, I think, going forward from Gakpo. Not to put a downer on it today, but I'm going to give him a score of 7 out of 10. But again, he's part of that team that got the job done. Joe Gomez. At times he worried me when he came on, because again, he's got a memory lapse in him, or a concentration lapse, I should say. One incident there where he missed the challenge and then almost gave the ball away. Could have cost us, but didn't. But ultimately, look, we owe him a debt of gratitude for being able to fill in, be consistent, be available, and fighting with his teammates this season. So for Joe Gomez today, we're going to give him an 8. But I always do worry that he has a little momentary lapse in him. Bobby Clark. Normally I say consistency, but today better, more than that. Stepped in with those youngsters to win the final. Not to just take part, not to get it to penalties, to go and win it. I'm sure his father and his family are immensely proud, as they should be. Bobby Clark has a good career ahead of him. And today we're going to give Mr. Clark a score of 7 out of 10. Next up, Kostas Tsimikas, your assist maker for Virgil van Dijk's winning goal. A lovely in-swung corner. Great to have him back. Again, good to have his energy and leadership out there on the pitch. You know, he was one of the most senior players out there by the final whistle. So very grateful to Kostas for being back with us and for putting the shift he did in, giving him a score of 8 out of 10. Again, got an assist today as well. Well done, Kostas. McConnell, what a season for this young man. And like Dan's and like Bradley and like Clark, not just making up numbers, but having an impact. That speaks to the professionalism of himself, of the coaches, of the mindset that these guys are in. You know, my mind was immediately thinking to Neuro 11, the German company that Liverpool were working with to prepare these guys this week to be in the right mindset in the big moments. I think it's fair to say, job done, boys. It worked. And well done to Hugh McConnell. He gets a score today of 7 out of 10. Dan's, let's be honest, Connor loves him already. I love him already. You love him already. We look forward to it. I hope he starts on Wednesday against Southampton. I think he will. And much like I said about the others, this man came on to win the game. And he almost did it. A great header forced a good save from Petrovic. He was in the right place at the right time when Elliott's header was saved as well. Tried to follow it in. Had 2 Chelsea defenders on top of him. He looks legit. He looks really, really, really good. Exciting to see what his future has in store. Again, I just want to draw your attention to his father's beautiful post when he made his debut the other day against Luton Town. It's a heartwarming story. He's a very easy lad to like, and we wish him all the best. Today, he gets a score of 9 out of 10. Great impact, young man. Again, very proud. Very proud for all of us to see this dude come through. And I'm sure there's more to come. And hopefully, I'm going to say it, I fancy him to get a goal if he plays against Southampton on Wednesday. Next up, Jarell Quansah, the emerging talent of the season alongside Bradley. The big bonus. You know, we've saved a fortune with this kid. And came on today when we needed to see it out. Helped us get the job done. Reassured, calm, class personified. Score of 7 out of 10. Only because he wasn't on all that long. No other reason. And last, but by certainly no means least, the gaffer. 1 of 4 down. 3 more to go. Nothing else could have gone wrong today. And Jurgen still found a way. With Linders, with Kravitz, with the rest of the coaches. Did it with a smile on his face. Did it with an infectious, positive attitude. And has delivered. Again. Love him to bits. And we've got a few months of him still to go. But the boys are, as you can see, doing everything to get that man the send-off he deserves. Of course, there can be no other score except 10 out of 10. Masterclass in tweaking, management, motivation, the whole lot. So, that is our player ratings video. It is now over to you guys to have your say in the comment section. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button as well. 1 of 4 done. Who knows what the future has in store. Proud of the guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you to our sponsors as well, Fantasy 5.